Hello, Elk Grove Unified students, families, and staff. I'm Santhi Pinkerton from Communications.
And I'm Sandeep Dosanjh. We're here to bring you another episode of EGU News to provide you with a district, county, and state update.
And on EGU News, we focus on healthy minds, healthy bodies, and healthy learning. So here is your district update for November 20th, 2020.
Yeah, the most important thing to take care of next week is you and your family. As we monitor and continue to survey how things are going, we are seeing positive results.
Absolutely. So, Sunday, we have results for more than 92% of our children, our students, regarding learning model choices. And this high response rate really shows that our parents are connected to their schools and they have access to their students' information.
Yeah, and this bodes very well for the future of our district and our ability to stay connected to matters of utmost importance for your child.
Yes. Now, another indicator, Sandeep, is that we're watching our average daily attendance rate, which remains high. I mean, it's at 96.8%. And the good news is that our normal attendance, this is our normal attendance rate, regardless of the pandemic. And it illustrates everyone's dedication to learning regardless of the challenges.
Yeah, and it is clear that we are a unified community that cares deeply about the high quality education of our students. More importantly, the attendance rate for our youngest kindergartners has been higher than the previous 2 years. That's
Wow.
So great.
That's awesome. So earlier this week, we did send out a fall 2020 parent feedback of distance learning experience survey. And we apologize for the little technical glitch that we had, but it has been since resolved. And we asked parents again to please complete the survey, and the link to that survey will be in the letter.
Yeah, and Zanti, the data will be helpful for comparison for the spring experience of distance learning, so we could continue to further improve full-time distance learning.
Absolutely. Now, the district continues to work closely with the Sacramento County Public Health officials on wellness and safety guidance updates. And we want to remind everybody that we regularly update our district's COVID-19 webpage with the latest information from multiple agencies. So we're trying to help everyone by putting it on one spot.
Yeah, and as a potential COVID-19 vaccine provides us with a glimmer of hope for a full return of school, we do want to remind parents again that even if we continue with a partial return in January, and any and all students scheduled to return to their school campus must have their immunization records up to date before they can be at school. So please make sure that your child's immunization records get updated.
Yes, this is very, very important. I know we've mentioned it a couple of times in our updates. Can't mention it more that the immunization records for each student before they can come back on campus has to be updated. So thank you. And before we get to today's county and state update, let's see what one of our student athletes has been up to with staying sharp. Here is a student athlete highlight, created by Denson Cortez from Franklin High School. And here he features Michael Lloyd.
It's that time of the week again, and today we bring to you another athlete from Franklin High School. This time we bring you Michael Lloyd, a center for our varsity football team, to see what he's been doing during COVID.
I'm Michael Lloyd. I'm an incoming senior, and I play O-line, specifically center. I've been playing, I think this is my 10th year, and I played up strictly Franklin, so the Franklin Junior program. And now, I played center, which I currently play. I played right guard. I played basically the whole O-line in my life, and I've also played defense, but I just love center, man. That's my position.
With COVID closing down gyms and training facilities, we asked Michael what were some things he was doing to stay ready.
When COVID hit and shut down the team workouts, I've been just trying to get better on my own. Some days I do more like conditioning, so I'll maybe run a couple miles, and then other days I'll work on more footwork, like the ladder drills, maybe sled, and then cone drills to work on my football footwork. I've just been trying to better myself, so I've hit up a couple of my friends and we lift almost every day. And then when people can't get together, I'll just come to the field and just try to get better on my footwork.
With a unique football season that's being pushed back into winter, Mike commented on the new change and how it will affect the team.
Well, we run a really tough, hard-nosed, ground and pound offense. So when we just hit people in their mouths early, it'll be cold and they just don't want to get hit for the rest of the game. So that'll play to our advantage.
Talk about the expectations for the O-line this year. You guys are looking as a good, pretty O-line in the Delta League. What's your guys' expectations for the O-line?
So my expectation is just, we were pretty dominant last year. We just got to clean up the mental mistakes such as holdings, false starts. So I just want to get together with my guys and we can talk about how we can hash those out and fix them so we can just be extremely dominant like the 2014-2015 Folsom O-line.
Mike Lloyd and the offensive line look to turn heads in the Delta League. As he heads into his senior year, Mike has an offer from Lewis and Clark College in Portland, Oregon, and looks to build on his list.
Well, college football is always something I've been wanting to do. It's been one of my dreams since I was a kid. And so far, I have an offer to Lewis and Clark College. Go Pioneers.
All in all, with size, physicality, strength, and knowledge, Mike Lloyd hasn't let COVID stop him from perfecting his craft. He looks to have a spectacular senior year, helping the Wildcats in their run game. This is Denson Cortez reporting for Wildcat TV.
This has been Michael Lloyd, and you're watching Wildcat TV. Go Cats.
Thank you. That was a great piece from Franklin High School. Now for the county and state update. Sacramento County remains in the purple tier at a 21.1 for new COVID-19 cases per day per 100,000, and it's at a 7.1% positivity rate.
Statewide, California is at a 16.5 on new COVID-19 cases per day per 100,000 and at a 5.2% positivity rate.
For more ways to help and do what you can or to get tested, visit the Sacramento County Public Health's website at saccounty.net.
Yeah, and you know, here's another opportunity too for us, Sandeep. For anyone out there still curious on how to wear a mask, and granted, we're featuring two particular kinds of masks in this next video. Check out this public service announcement created by Tanya Brooks. She's also from Franklin High School, and she's featuring, I think, one of our health experts out there.
Yeah, so let's see how to properly wear a mask from a local healthcare expert, Laura Brooks.
Here are a few safety tips on how and why you should mask up from a local healthcare expert.
Hi, my name is Kendra. I'm a registered nurse here at one of our local hospitals, and I also teach clinical nursing at one of our local schools. Today, I'm going to tell you the importance of wearing a mask, why we should wear them, and I'm going to tell you about two different masks, surgical and an N95. So we are wearing masks to protect each other from COVID. You wear a surgical mask to protect someone else, and the N95 will protect you. So to wear a surgical mask, which is this, you just put these around your ears, put this above your nose and under your chin, and pinch. You don't want to touch the outside of your mask with your hands, and before taking them off, you want to wash your hands and just touch that part of your hand or that part of the ear thing. So that's a surgical mask, and that will protect someone else if you are asymptomatic, or even if you have symptoms. You wearing a mask will protect someone else. This is what we call an N95, and these are what doctors and other healthcare professionals such as myself wear to protect ourselves from patients who are positive for COVID. So this, you put on like this. And then you take this one and go all the way back behind your neck. And again, pinch so you have a perfect seal around your face. To take it off, like that, and like that. And we wear these to protect ourselves from people who are positive for COVID. Please wear your mask, not just for yourself, but for your loved ones, for our friends, and for our neighbors.
That was a great PSA, and now I know how to wear, if I get one of those masks, I'll know how to put it on correctly and what I'm supposed to do. I didn't realize you really shouldn't be touching that blue part of the mask. So good to know. We ask everyone to take full advantage of this holiday break, to rest, reflect with family and loved ones. But also, you know what, Sandeep, something really important that we want to make sure everybody knows is to watch out for each other. Many people are facing hardships and they may not want to say anything.
Yeah, so it's important to be kind, gracious, inviting, and open to just listening. Some people may need to know about resources they can turn to for help, and we have some on our family resource page that's on our COVID-19 page. So lastly, stay committed to reducing the spread of COVID-19 in our community and others by wearing a mask, watching your distance, and washing your hands.
That's right. All right. So that's it for our EGU News update for this week, but keep watching afterwards to hear the student representative reports and listen to all the cool, innovative things that our students have been doing to stay engaged and connected. And it's not just what our students are doing, but it's also what our teachers and counselors and staff at schools are doing to keep students connected during these challenging times. And remember to subscribe to the Elk Grove Unified School District's YouTube channel and click on that little bell icon to receive notifications. I'm Santi Pinkerton. Stay safe and stay healthy.
And I'm Sandeep Dosanjh. We'll see you next time.
My name is Isaiah O, and I'm a senior at Franklin High School.
And I'm Karina Payton. I'm also a senior at Franklin High School. It's been 11 months since we last reported, and we're pleased to let you know that we have a lot to share.
Even with the coronavirus slowing some of our activities down, school life has continued for our students.
To help seniors complete their college applications during this time of uncertainty, Franklin has hosted multiple virtual college application workshops and visits. Our counseling staff continues to do an amazing job supplying valuable information to students so that they can achieve academic success and get answers to questions during this critical period of their lives.
On Thursday, November 12th, we held our academic awards ceremony for our students' academic success during quarter one. The number of students excelling in the classroom remains high even with distance learning. In fact, around 1,400 students, half of the student body at Franklin High School, earned a 3.5 GPA or higher during quarter one of this school year.
To keep students unified and up to date on school news, our school's weekly news broadcast show, Bobcat TV, or WCTV for short, has continued to run every Friday. Episodes are posted online on YouTube for all students to watch, and they're accessible on our school website and school app.
Every week, one of our school counselors, Mr. Autumnreath, offers a Mindful Monday session that promotes mental wellness for students. These 15-minute long Zoom sessions occur before class and provide students a safe environment to practice mindfulness and peak performance, something that is especially important during these unprecedented times.
In addition, to spread positivity and to maintain student interaction, last month, Franklin's Random Acts of Kindness Commissioners hosted a virtual Friendgram event where students could send messages to their friends and classmates. This event brought students closer together and provided them with social interaction without having to be in person. Through this event, we were able to bring smiles to the faces of many of our students.
Because of the coronavirus, our athletic programs have had a pretty slow start. However, now that we are in phase 2, our teams have started working out in small groups, and some have begun hosting tryouts. To ensure our students' safety, Franklin has employed strict social distancing rules for sports. Nonetheless, in these past few weeks, a number of our sports teams have started their off-season conditioning, and we plan for more teams to start soon. With fall sports now starting on December 7th, we are eager to see how our Wildcat teams perform.
We would also like to recognize 2 of our student athletes who signed letters of intent for Division I scholarships on November 11th. Andres Scalon signed his letter of intent to play baseball at University of California, Berkeley. And Anna Boley signed her letter of intent to play soccer at the University of California, Davis. Congratulations to these Wildcat athletes.
Unfortunately, many of our usual fall events, including our homecoming festivities, have been canceled or postponed. However, that hasn't stopped our school's ASB from hosting and promoting alternative student activities geared towards distance learning.
Although they had to do some heavy modification, Franklin's Link Crew still held their annual fall festival. In the 10 days leading up to Halloween, students were invited to participate in a variety of activities from home. The contests were held via Instagram, and we're happy to have successfully reached out to the freshman population here on campus.
In the past couple of weeks, Franklin has had multiple virtual spirit days where students could earn spirit points for their class by taking pictures of themselves dressed up. In an effort to make it more accessible, ASB had students submit their outfits via Instagram, either tagging ASB in their story or below their post. While the experience was definitely different from in-person spirit days, it was a refreshing way for students to stay spirited.
To promote student involvement, our ASB program has also hosted several art challenges and contests. In fact, we recently had our Halloween chalk art contest, where contestants created and shared pictures of their chalk art for students to vote on. In September, we held our first ever lip sync contest, which was also a huge hit. Both students and staff members participated, and everyone got to view the lip sync videos and vote for their favorites.
Additionally, many of our school clubs have adjusted to the distance learning model and have continued to remain active even during these difficult circumstances. In September, our school hosted a virtual club rush to promote all 55 charter clubs. It was in a video format and has received thousands of views. Since then, our club has continued to meet regularly online via Zoom or Google Meets.
Our VAPO department has been busy planning events and trying to keep up with their performances and productions. About a month ago, our Fusion Dance Company hosted our United Show, which is a highlight of the extremely talented visual and performing art groups here at Franklin. Just 2 weeks ago, our Franklin Theater Company finished our fall show, A Midsummer's Night's Dream.
President Albiani, members of the board, Superintendent Hoffman, and Ms. Avalos, thank you so much for your time and consideration this evening. Franklin has been trying to do their best in the past 11 months, especially with these unforeseen circumstances, and we hope that with the new year, we can offer even more for our students.
Hello, my name is Haley Sanfilippo.
I am Rishi Menon, and we are from Pleasant Grove High School. Academic awards are given to students who earn over a 3.6 GPA for the entire semester twice a year. For the spring of 2020, we had 44% of the student population qualify for academic award recognition, and 29% of those earned over a 4.0. If they applied for recognition, they received a certificate for their accomplishments. The PGHS Agriculture Department was recently awarded a state championship in FFA's Farm Business Management event. Our team has been working extremely hard and have achieved what has previously been an elusive feat, a state FFA championship, the first in Pleasant Grove High School's history. Team members included Anna Bibby, who placed first in the state individually, Hannah O'Brien, who placed second, Lindsay Dillon, and Caden Swain. This is definitely a bright spot in what has been an extremely topsy-turvy year in the Ag department, and we hope you'll join us in congratulating these students. Our Student Equity Council has been meeting every Wednesday for 1 to 2 hours. They are working on ideas for how to extend student equity in the health curriculum with the assistance of one of our health teachers, Mrs. Winder. They are working towards adding more LGBTQ representation into the curriculum. The group is also creating surveys for recruitment, one for health curriculum inclusivity for parents and students that would be anonymous, and continuing the work they started with students from Franklin High School on the Would You Do This to Me video project.
Club Rush was a success, with 30 clubs creating videos for other students to watch, informing them about their club and its goals. Students then signed up to participate on Google Forms that the advisors used to contact interested students. Mathletes are meeting over Zoom every Thursday after school. They had their first virtual competition utilizing Zoom, Google Classroom, and YouTube on October 8th. PG won 3rd place out of the 15 Sacramento schools and 2nd in Elk Grove Unified School District. One of our seniors, David Dugopolsky, led the team with the perfect score. A big shout out to Michael Steele at Franklin High School for single-handedly saving the 2020 to 2021 Mathlete season. We are truly grateful for all the countless hours that him and the Wildcats have worked to put the competitions together. Link Crew leadership students at Pleasant Grove High School are working hard to support students' social and emotional needs in their student leadership development class. These Link Crew students brainstorm ways to help students through distance learning and develop lesson plans for advocacy. Some of these lessons have centered around goal setting, developing a positive classroom culture and advocacy, empathy, and cyberbullying. They also produce a weekly advocacy update newsletter that includes topics such as workout of the week, book and movie reviews, staff validations, and club information. NAMI Club is bringing Stop Stigma speakers to speak to the school via Zoom. The speakers will share their lived experience with mental illness in efforts to reduce the stigma associated with mental illness and encourage those struggling to seek help. All students and staff were invited to attend. On August 5th, we passed over 400 senior t-shirts to the class of 2021 in a drive-through fashion. It isn't the way we wanted, but it allowed them to celebrate the sunrise of their senior year in their own ways, in their own place the next morning. On September 16th, we passed out shirts to those who purchased them online from the classes 22, 23, and 24, again in a drive-through fashion. Thank you for listening, and we both are excited to show off our school. Go Eagles! We're really grateful for all the countless hours that him and the Wildcats have worked to put the competitions together. Link Crew leadership students at Pleasant Grove High School are working hard to support students' social and emotional needs in their student leadership development class. These Link Crew students brainstorm ways to help students through distance learning and develop lesson plans for advocacy. Some of these lessons have centered around goal setting, developing a positive classroom culture and advocacy, empathy, and cyberbullying. They also produce a weekly advocacy update newsletter that includes topics such as workout of the week, book and movie reviews, staff validations, and club information. NAMI Club is bringing Stop Stigma speakers to speak to the school via Zoom. The speakers will share their lived experience with mental illness in efforts to reduce the stigma associated with mental illness and encourage those struggling to seek help. All students and staff were invited to attend. On August 5th, we passed over 400 senior t-shirts to the class of 2021 in a drive-through fashion. It isn't the way we wanted, but it allowed them to celebrate the sunrise of their senior year in their own ways, in their own place the next morning. On September 16th, we passed out shirts to those who purchased them online from the classes 22, 23, and 24, again in a drive-through fashion. Thank you for listening, and we both are excited to show off our school. Go Eagles!